Thank you so much, guys, for joining us again. So thank you so much, leaders, for joining us again. And thank you so much for supporting us thick and thin for all these, 2 years that you have been watching our sessions. Today, we have got a different guest, a special one, who is a marketing champion, a growth champion, has been an ex-entrepreneur. He runs marathon, he writes a lot, and he has established very great habits in last few years of his life. But today we are going to discuss about his book, and this is his first book.
Yeah.
I have started reading that book. I already have that with me. So this is the book, if you can see, The Serotonin Addict. And the name of the author is Manoj Surya. So we have got Manoj Surya with me to talk about his book, to talk about the inspiration which led to writing this book, also a bit about his entrepreneurial and professional journey, but only a small bit. Thank you so much, Manoj, for joining us.
Thank you, Rishi, for calling me on the podcast. I'm very excited for this. And it's a great introduction. Thank you for such a nice intro for me.
Yeah. So why is this image, Manoj? What does this image denote?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, honest answer is that's the best Canva image I could find. But as a marketeer, if I have to answer, I'm trying to talk about habits where it brings you happiness for the long term. Currently, everyone is overloaded with dopamine. So, I want to say long term habits will give you peace and happiness. That is a representation of the mind meditating or showing happiness on its face.
And now the first thing that I would like to ask you is that if you have to define your life in 3 stages before the
Mhm.
age of 30,
Okay.
do you do that?
For the age of 30, three stages.
Yes.
I think first stage is like the childhood where uh, I was a little dumber because I'm not exposed to the world. I was in school in Vijayanagaram, Andhra, like great friends, great school, no doubt about it. But that is all the world I knew. Second stage would be my schooling in Guntur, where I was in a boarding school and we had people from all over the country, all kinds of people, all kinds of mindsets. So that's the first exposure. And also, we didn't have internet, we didn't have any electronics back then. And it's a 30-acre ground. So we had a lot of time to walk around, think through. So that is where I feel like I developed a lot of independent thinking. And I guess it carried till now, or at least in college or starting up. So the same mindset I have carried for many years. So while I was thinking independently, I feel like I didn't have knowledge of the how the world works. The third stage would be after my startups and then working in different companies, forming different habits, reading a lot of books. I feel like I have become a very different person. So probably if I have to keep in three stages, that is how I would describe.
Now, while you were a kid growing up,
Yeah.
say till 16, 17 years,
Okay.
what fascinated you the most?
16, 17 years, like just before engineering, you mean? Fascination, I don't know, but I always wanted to. There are only two things I was doing at that time. One, I was playing in the morning and evening, which I loved. Another is when I walk back from my hostel to dining hall, which is like a half-kilometer distance every day, or just go around. I would keep thinking I'll start a company, and that's all I was thinking about. So maybe the things of I think back then, because my knowledge is limited, I always thought of starting up, or I didn't even know startup. I wanted to start a company or industry and make it big. That is what I used to think always. So that's a these are the two most exciting parts for me. uh, yeah, that's all. It was very simple for me in the childhood or even in the mid-teens.
What is that part of Manoj which is still constant?
Doing things for fun.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. So one day I used to go and swim every day. I went for swimming one day. They said competitions are starting today. Also, we have competitions. So I knew it, but it never registered that it's a competition. I just wanted to go and swim. So I went for a couple of rounds. I got two gold medals. Third one, I got a silver. And, there was a relay happening and one guy was missing. Again, I went. So I got a bronze. So I got championship for that year. So I never looked at and when they were training for South India championships and all, I didn't go because there was a structure to it. I had to go at a specific time. The process was taken out at that time, and I didn't feel like fun. So I just wanted to swim. I used to get medals within the school. Or, that's all. So the fun part remained the same. Plus now I give more importance to discipline. Back then it was more fun. Now it's fun plus discipline. So fun part remained constant for me.
And what was your first idea as a founder?
So I joined a training company. I was training students on Windows Phone and Windows 8 apps. I felt like anyway, I'm only going and training as well. I can reach out to colleges and train myself, train the students directly. So that was my first. So I quit. So that was within 6 months. I felt it. Eighth month, I put my papers down. At 10th month, I was out. So next 1 year, I was trying to get chances for any training opportunities. Then I wrote to IIMI. You might be aware, it's the biggest, one of the biggest organization in India. It was Gaurav, vice president there. So I reached out to him saying, I have an idea. I mean, let's do BlackBerry certifications. So he said, okay, this is good. Let's meet. And then I said, I went to Mumbai and said, I'm in Mumbai. Until you call, I'm here. So I stayed at a friend's place. So the moment he called, I went and presented how many weekend trainings we can do in how many colleges with the partnership of IMI, and if they can crack BlackBerry as a partner, so we'll give BlackBerry certifications. People can develop apps. So he actually sent it to them, and after 2 days, he says they're not looking at it currently, so let's drop it. After 2 weeks, there is a news that comes in the paper saying the BlackBerry shut down in India or in general. I'm like, okay, without a big name or backing, there is no point doing. Then I had to stop it. But this is my first stint of entrepreneurship.
And do you remember a professional moment which didn't go as planned? Too many.
Hundreds. I remember the significant one. See, the first startup failed. I just said. Second startup, 2.5 years, I've bootstrapped, but it was profitable, but was not scaling. So I felt like if I join somewhere, I make better money. So those in 2.5 years, I had so many good moments, a lot of bad moments. Like as an entrepreneur, you know how it is, how hard it is. Even as a marketeer, like when I joined in TruePush, first 6 months, we had hardly had like 10, 15 clients for TruePush. So yeah, that was very, very tough. After that, we got in top three on product hunt, and we never looked back. In 3 years, we had 4,500 businesses paying us. So I tend to recollect the good ones because they feel good to remember, but failed, like I'm pretty sure they're in hundreds.
And now again, coming back to this book, is that what is that personal experience that made you want to explore serotonin versus dopamine?
I think it started with the tiredness and depression or those kind of things, because at my startup time, nothing was going as planned. It used to feel like if I don't work today, I might miss a sale, or if I don't attend this meeting, something will happen. Maybe I'm throwing my chances because I lazy and all. I was not lazy. I was overworking. I was burnt out. And I was telling myself I'm not working enough. I was equating input goals versus output, which is not true. Sometimes we give 100%, nothing comes out. It's just timing. So one of my friends, she's a life coach. I was talking to her. Geetika is her name. So she said, "Okay, calm down." I went to KBR Park, and she made me sit and took class for like 30, 40 minutes, saying you're burnt out. I think you should take a 2 week break. Just stop all this. I said, I can't take a break. The whole company will shut down. It's like me and a couple of other people. I could have just stopped. But after 2 days, it made sense. If I'm not able to push anyway, as well, I take the break. So I started reading one or two books. Then I chose down on one. I said, okay, let me finish it. And I could finish it in a week. Again, I had time. I was not doing anything else. So I was just, okay, this is good. Then I picked another book. I finished it. I'm like, great. Let me make up for all the non-reading years and let me read books in 52 weeks. So in those 2 weeks, I saw again, I was metric driven back then also. I was looking at how many pages I could read in an hour. So it was 20 pages. So morning 8 to 9 and night 9 to 10, I would just pick up the book and read. So 40 pages a day. And year I could, average book size is 240 pages. So I could finish in 1 year. So then that was over. Like it's just the first one. I felt happy doing it. Then I went on to do like 3, 4 more challenges. That is when I realized I'm doing things that makes me happy in the short term and also long term. There is a pattern to it. Then I put it into a book now. That is how the book also have come.
Yeah, because that was my next thing is that uh, early writing impulse versus the reality of pulling it together.
Oh my God. See, this book I've written in 2020, by the way. It was sitting in my draft. So one of my friend, Alisha Jain, so she published a book called Self-Published, and I was proofreading it. So when I was proofreading, I said I also have written like a couple of books. There is two books in the drafts, in fact. So she said, okay, share, I'll see. So I shared. Then she called and said, like, why didn't you, publish them? Like, this is so good. I said, a lot of editing I can't do. Then she edited 10 pages, 15 pages. Then I read after like 6 months. I'm like, oh shit, this is good. Why didn't I finish it? Then I said, okay, it's almost done. Let's start. And finish. It took forever to make iterations, make it into a flow. So when people read this book, they say, I finished in an hour. Even though it's a short book, the flow also should be there. It should feel like a breeze. They should feel like they're flipping the pages and finishing. So I had to read it like so many times, edit it, change the chapters. Some chapters are deleted, added back again with the same ideology. And there is a self doubt that okay, some are like one and a half page, and the page is smaller. Like, will it make a chapter? Will it make a book? Then I had to shut it down in my head and say, okay, my job is to not judge the length of the chapter or a book. Let me just put it. And especially in the last 3 weeks, I was so frustrated. Because I had to, even before it gets printed, I read it like 5, 6 times just to make sure it's in a flow. And the first sample copy, again, there are like at least 20 changes I had to make. So the last 10% is the hardest. Like 90% is easy because you have time, you just take your own time and do it. Last 10% usually is when you have a deadline and a lot of unexpected things come. And it feels like, is it worth it? Then a voice says, okay, it's worth it. You have come so far. Just push it through for this day. I was saying that for myself every day for the last 3, 4 weeks before publishing. But totally, totally worth it. Gave a lot of serotonin rush for me.
Now, so for the sake of our audience, could you explain the idea of being addicted to dopamine versus nurturing serotonin?
Yeah, so dopamine is a quick wins, right? Like when you watch a reel, you get a quick win. Okay, you like it, you not like it, you're making a quick judgment. Should you share it with somebody? Then should you like it or not? Should you swipe it? All in less than 30 seconds, and we are doing it for like 1, 2 hours sometimes. Our brains are fried. Like that is why we are having less attention span. In few years back, we used to sit and chat for hours. Now it is not happening. If somebody is talking more than a minute, attention spans are going. So the people want quick wins. They want to get the information faster, which is not good. And also, it's you keep craving for it all the
And
time, and it never ends. It's like you're addicted to coffee or a drug,
yes,
and you feel good only when you have it, otherwise not. So which is not good. Serotonin is where you challenge yourself daily. It's not easy, but you can push it slightly. Let's say you go to gym, getting up, making a decision to going there every day is not easy. But once you go lift the weights, it feels harder when you do it, but you feel happy you went, you feel happy that you have been consistent, your mind and body rewards. Same thing with running for me while reading this books of 52 books in 52 weeks, or running a full marathon. So all these are rewarding because every time I feel like I don't want to go, I'm pushing my mind back, sticking to my own word that okay, I'm having self respect, that I'm respecting my own word and my own thought and making a commitment and going. So my mind knows that okay, whatever I say I'm going to do, I have a good respect for myself, I have self love, and I'm going. And when I finish that challenge for that day, I feel happy. Like I go for a run, I feel happy. In a week, I see my mileage. There is a progress. I feel happy. Monthly, I see I do something. It feels makes me happy, and I do it over a year. It's like the best feeling in the world. It's like 1 year goal seems very hard, but it is not that hard because you just need to get up today and do your part. Let's say you
yes,
decide to do something for 30 minutes. That's all. You're not thinking about the whole year. Today, 30 minutes done. But the beauty is that the kick it gives after a year is so big. I mean, this reading book's been 9 years now, and I still feel great about it. Bonus is that that habit still stuck with me. I read 350 books after that. After running a marathon, I ran 82.4 kilometer. So I think you get addicted to that happiness and you keep wanting it. But this
Yes,
is way better than getting addicted to dopamine and crash your brain.
got it. This is very difficult, keeping on challenging yourself daily,
Mm,
especially when, you live in an era of reels,
yeah.
uh, small wins, instant gratification.
Mm,
Is it also, this book also, kind of um, also wants to inspire, especially the younger generation, like,
correct.
in terms of, because I hear a lot of kids suffering from, there's something called attention deficit disorder and all
Correct.
those things. I've seen these 12, 13-year-old kid, telling that,
Wow.
okay, I'm suffering from that. Yeah. So, uh, but how difficult is it to change these people considering the fact that they are surrounded by so many dopamine hits?
Correct. So not just for them, even for me, getting back to running after COVID took me like 6 to 8 months.
Mm,
But the idea of wanting to get into it and getting back is the hardest part. So first month I went only for 2 runs. Did I fail? Yeah. Am I feeling bad about it? No. I'm like, okay, that's a
mm,
data point. Next month, what did I do? 3, 4 runs. Okay, that's a data point. Fine. Let me just try to go back. Third, fourth month, I felt guilty. Then I started getting more consistent. The idea is not to be hard on ourselves and start today.
mm,
Idea is to keep going back even though you fail. Like the failure looks like you only went once that month for the gym. That is a failure, looks like, which is okay. You turn it into a data point and okay, no, I still feel like I can do it.
mm.
They should not feel like I've quit for 1 month. Maybe it's not in me and I should quit. So that should not be there. They should go back again, try it again. So I think it's at all ages, maybe for them it's harder, but for every person, there will be something that makes them happy while they're doing it. Some people might feel happy dancing. So I would say try different kinds of dance, see which one you want to go in deep, and then actually then make a plan. Once you are clear of what you are enjoying while doing it, after doing it, that is when you should decide for a longer goal because it's very obvious. Like you already like it. Going 3 times or 5 times a week should be an obvious thing. That's a more disciplined thing. And maybe they should stick it for 1 or 2 months, see how they're doing. If they're liking it, then they can keep a goal. Maybe there is an event they want to perform and they can practice for it. So if it is not a yearly goal, they can have a milestone. But
Mm,
there should be something, maybe an event or maybe if it is not an event, somebody is drawing, learning to draw. Maybe their goal is to draw a face that
mm.
of their parents or somebody they love, and they can say, okay, in this timeline, I'll try to do this and work backward. So yeah, I guess finding giving enough time and space to the mind and themselves and not getting frustrated about I'm dropping the ball so many times. It's okay. Just go back and start again. Should be doable is what I feel, and it's a must need at the moment. Also, it's an urgency that everyone not getting into habits is not the urgency, but starting to explore the habits is an urgency.
And you also talk about serious hobbies,
Yeah.
and they matter a lot.
Yeah.
Why these serious hobbies matter?
Same reason. Like the hobby is there is no discipline in a hobby, right? Dancing is a hobby, but I dance when I feel like it's good, fine. But then if you like it, as well do it every day. What's stopping you? Like if you do it daily, is it going down the motivation or is
Yes.
it going up? And if it is going up, then as well stick to it, take it to your advantage and actually grow. And in fact, I have listed 10 benefits why it matters. Like I can
Yes.
give you 2, 3 examples. One is self love, right? I give an example where you love somebody and you do everything to make them happy. And imagine that person is you.
Mm,
Like, why don't you love yourself so much that you know what you like and why don't you keep doing it more? Second thing is, it feels like your life is in control. So, like in startup, especially, things felt like I was a failure. But
mm,
once I started having a hobby, I know that if it is in my hand, like reading or writing or going to a gym,
mm,
so the time is in my hand. I know I can walk or go on a bike or whatever, make
mm,
time and do it. So I know that if it is in my hand and if it is predictable, I'll do it. I
mm,
was able to differentiate between things that are in my control versus not in my control. That differentiation made a lot of difference,
mm.
right? So there are multiple benefits like this. You'll be
Yes.
more peaceful in
You
general
talk
in life.
talk on page 9 as well, being in control.
Yeah, exactly.
Being in control.
Correct. Being in control, first benefit.
The second benefit is progress in life.
Yeah. So every week you're progressing, right? Like one, you see the input goals as in this many times you went to gym, this many times you danced, or this many pages you have read. There is a progress every week. And also over time you see changes in yourself, the way you talk, the way you behave, about your passion.
Number 7, self love is benefit number 7.
Yeah,
And then you also have delayed gratification as benefit number 5.
correct.
And the last benefit, because I'm not telling all the benefits because I want readers to read this book.
Sure.
We'll
Yeah,
also be
yeah.
putting an Amazon link on the bottom description of this video.
Yeah, that would be great.
So benefit 10 is that you pass on inspiration.
Correct.
What is this like, Manoj? You pass on inspiration.
Definitely. So in my run group, there are 10 people who joined because of me. So there are people who always want to do, but they don't know where to start. They feel like out of place. Once
Right.
you keep sharing, feel you make it normal for them to start off. Okay, this
Yes.
is very normal. There is no big barrier to start off. Like,
Mm.
for example, a lot of people used to think they can't run. I also thought the same thing, but I once I started running, then they would ask, "How do you run?" Then I say, "There is a coach." Then I tell the methodology how it goes. They say, "I have knee pain." I would give an example. If you go to gym, also you get pain, so it's like an initial thing. And if you have a good coach, they'll help you work around. It's just a couple of week thing. Then they get okay. It's only a couple of week thing. Let me start off. So yesterday I was talking to a friend. She ran a full marathon in like recently, and she started with my coach only after after seeing my coach. So it's like that. Did I run behalf of her? No, but did she run because I introduced? Definitely, there is a lot of more than inspiration. It's like making it normal and removing the mental barriers for people and giving permission knowingly or not knowingly, saying you got this, like you should do it. So and even like let's say we follow people on Instagram who are consistent, like
Yes.
who are consistently putting gym workouts or consistently reading or consistently talking about something. We know that they're good at it, they're going in depth, and we can take some inspiration. If they're not consistent, probably will not care much so much, right? So it opens doors for people around you. Maybe we don't impact 1 million people, but you'll definitely impact 5, 10 people.
And now, there's something like what is something that, you believed 5 years ago about happiness
Mhm.
that you now say is completely wrong?
I can't think of anything actually. I think last few years have been consistent. But I think I got better at planning those things that makes me happy. I can say that, but nothing changed that okay, I thought this is correct and this is wrong. But maybe in the 10 years or 15 years if I look at then yeah, a lot of things.
So tell me one which you feel it.
That time I was too naive. Like I used to think, okay, going people go to pubs and all, it look fancy. Maybe if you're going, and just hanging out also, it probably is a cool thing.
Mm.
But I'm a very introverted person. Like introverted people equate with not talking. It's not. Introverted is I get more energy when I am by myself. I have good social skills. I talk like I come here and talk. I can talk in a group, but then I don't prefer it every day. So that time I used to meet a lot of people. I'm like, okay, let's catch up and all. But I used to get drained. I thought I was just traveling a lot in the city and that is draining me. And it's kind of show off, right? Back then I didn't
Yes.
know, but eventually I figured it doesn't matter. If I'm not enjoying, then I should drop it.
Yes.
So over time, what changed for me is I would assess, okay, is it making me happy? Then I'll do it more. If it is not making me happy, I'll drop it. So I think one of the reason I could build on good habits is like, okay, these are making me happy. Let me do it every day. So I progressed on one and kept dropping the other side. So that's a big change in my life at a point. So it's good.
Now we have a quick rapid fire for you,
Okay.
and you should not take more than 10 seconds.
Okay.
So the first one is a book,
Scary.
a book other than your own that
Mhm.
has reshaped you.
The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is a great book.
Nice.
The Courage to Be Disliked is a great book. The War of Art is a great book. Yeah, these top three I would say, but if you give me like a minute, I can list like 10, 15. So,
Please do that.
okay. Uh, uh, Hard Things About Hard Things is one. Lean Entrepreneur is one. There is a book called Influence. It's so underrated. I tell you, all the marketing I do is from that. Brand Story is one, because I'm saying this because it impacted my marketing or the career side a lot. The Goal, there is an audiobook actually. It's actually on manufacturing, but it's so beautifully narrated. Can't tell you how good it is. There is a book called The Midnight Library. Even the audible version is very good.
I have. Wait, I will show you.
Yeah.
This is my favorite book, actually.
Huh?
The Midnight Library is my favorite book.
It's so damn good. I think even though it's fiction, I call it a philosophy book. What you Okay? I don't know this book, but I feel like this has took like 80-90% of anxiety I had. Like, what if I was in Bangalore? What if here? Like, this book says there is no, it's all arbitrary. There is only one way your life would have been, and it is exactly how it panned out. I'm like, shit, a crazy hard hitting book that is.
The
There is a
second,
book called The Fox, the Mole, some title like that. It's so beautiful. It's very quick read. It's so beautiful. I can't tell you. I think I need to reread it every 1 month and make a better time. There is a book called Self Published again from the person who edited this book. How I self published this book also. I would say it's a big impact because as an reader and author, I feel like my life have changed a lot in terms of perspective
yes.
and impact. So how many
Okay,
did I
so
say? Maybe 7, 8.
yeah, this is good. So I will go to the second rapid fire question, but I have got one question which we will ask after this rapid fire. The second question is one small habit that makes every day better for you.
Movement. Even if unless I'm on high temperature like fever or viral, every other day, if I'm able to walk, I'll have to go out, either walk, run, or exercise. That changes the mood, that changes everything. I have more mental clarity. It's very underrated. And if I'm feeling low, I look back and I know that few days I haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Hydration, like having good water.
The third one is a belief that you are actively challenging right now.
I think with this Serotonin Addict book, one is like if I sell 10 more copies tomorrow, it's great. At the same time, I feel like I have to gamify this. Okay, I have to target 500, then 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Then there is always a self doubt comes, it reaches so many people. So the belief I'm trying to fight now is that if like I've got a lot of good reviews. So if every 100 people, 15 to 20 people are feeling great, then there are out of 10,000 people, there are 1,500 to 2,000 people that could get impacted. So mentally, even visualize it's slightly harder. There is a self doubt. Will it go till there? Then I'm fighting it because again, like
Yes.
showing up took me from like running 100 meters to 82 kilometers in like able to run 82 kilometers in 12 hours. I do know for a fact that the self-doubt will never leave me. It's a good friend to me now. I just need to show up another good friend to me. So it's a challenge in the mind every time I do something, but I fight it, go market it, like put it on my stories. I think it's easier because I believe in the book I wrote, but the self doubt is there and I'm trying to fight it. I'm trying to fight the belief that, this should not be small, it should be very big.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely. And the next one is a personal mantra or motto
for in
that you
life,
follow in life.
one thing I always feel is sometimes previously I used to, if I'm feeling angry or tired, anxious, I feel like I don't know how to manage. I used to be hard on myself. Now it changed to I'm actually a human. And if I'm always happy, then it doesn't make sense. Like I'm supposed to have doubts. I'm supposed to feel guilty. I'm supposed to feel all the things. Only thing is, I can get better at feeling those things less or quickly coming back. So
Yeah.
I accept that I'm a human, I'm okay, I'm flawed. I accept it and see what I can do about it. Sometimes it takes months or years to change few things because it took like 35 years to get there. And unlearning is slightly harder. But I try to accept that, okay, I'm flawed in a lot of things. And then what should I do to get back and, not repeat this pattern? So that's a huge project for me, I would say personally.
And now a last few questions is that if you could leave one insight from your book in the mind of every listener, what would that be?
Yeah, there is, I want to keep repeating this. So there is no urgency to find a 1 year habit or a long term habit, but there is an urgency to research yourself with all the things you love doing and see what you can do every day. Then actually go for a 6 months or 1 year. I would say 1 year habits, because how much ever we like instant gratification, junk food, reels, or anything that gives you that quick dopamine, it's not worth it. Anything, and we the life is very limited. Like in your 20s you don't know, in your 30s you started to realize,
Mm.
okay, we only have like 2-3 decades that we can be very active with.
Yes.
So do things that are meaningful. The long term things are the ones that will, like, it feels like 1 year, but next 30 years you'll remember it. But you can watch 1,000 reels in a day, but you won't remember the next day. So your day is gone. Like one day at a time, your life is going off. So yes, mix up, and not saying be serious the whole day. At least one thing, 30 minutes, 1 hour, it makes all the difference.
Yes. And the next one was around the audience, like who should read this book? But I feel that anybody and everybody should read this book.
Yeah. So as a marketer, I am looking at what age group or what kind of people should do it. And I feel different benefits for every person. I don't know where to start. So if it is young people, it's good they start young. So maybe they can find careers in it. If not, they can really be good at it. And over time, they have 5-10 years extra than us. So they can do magic, or they can find more habits. And people in 30s, you can come out of midlife crisis. You know you have something in control. You know you're doing something you love. And even old people, I feel like they should read. My One of my uncle, he's in like he read this book and bought like new books, and he's like, okay, I'll start reading and probably I'll keep a challenge.
Mm.
I think the excitement of progress is ageless. So I don't know who should read. I feel like anybody who don't have a 1 year challenges should read this.
Thank you so much, Manoj, for taking out time and sharing all these insights. Again, the name of the book is Serotonin Addict, and this is the first book by Manoj Surya, and a lot many to come in the coming years. We're gonna put the link in the description. Do give it a read. It will take you, means if you do it well, it will take you 2 to 3 hours to read this book. And if you're a very fast reader, it will take you around 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a
So
quick
do
read.
give it a read, and also don't forget to put a review on Amazon, because what I believe, and I think Manoj will also agree, is that more than anything, it's always very important to appreciate the good things which a person is doing, and we should always be appreciating that. And we are extremely grateful to Manoj for writing this book, for bringing out such a great stuff which is so much required in today's world. Thank you so much, Manoj, for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me, Rishi. This is so much fun. I was thinking, why are you stopping this in within the first 5-10 minutes of the podcast? I just realized it's 40 minutes. So much fun doing this, and thanks for inviting. I had a great time.
Thank you so much, Manoj.
And I do hope people who read this will start some challenges. And I wish everyone who is watching this become a serotonin addict from this year.
Yes, and also we'll put the LinkedIn ID of Manoj in the description as well, so that you can go connect with him. And if you have any questions on the topics that you are reading on in this book, you can put the questions to him directly. Thank you so
I
much.
would love to discuss anyone reaching out.
Thanks, Manoj.
Thank you, Rishi. Thanks so much for inviting.